Donald Trump so bored by his birthday parade that he fell asleep at one point. It was a debacle of the highest order. So I don't know if you've heard, but apparently Donald Trump is very sad about his birthday parade. His military birthday parade didn't go very well. And so the Navy is also going to throw him a parade. What's next? He got the tank parade, and now he's going to get the boat parade. Does he need a train parade? Maybe a cop car parade? I think the only thing that would truly satiate Donald Trump is a parade of all of the children of his own children that he has intimated that he wants to have sex with. He wants to have an Ivanka parade, a one-person parade for Donald Trump to lust after her. I think that's what he wants. This is a hell of a place to be. Let me read you this headline from the Daily Beast. U.S. Navy wants to hold a massive boat parade to cheer up Trump. The president wants all the ships. The U.S. Navy is reportedly planning a lavish parade of its own after a multi-million-dollar military parade earlier this year left Donald Trump feeling flat. Trump hosted the military's largest parade in decades in Washington, D.C. on June 14th, which happens to be his birthday, to mark 250 years of the U.S. Army and also, conveniently, they also add, his own 79th birthday, as well as No Kings protest against Trump across the country to coincide with the military anniversary event that cost taxpayers $30 million. Footage of lackluster soldiers marching out of step went viral. Photos suggested that the president rested his eyes at one point during his birthday party. Crowd figures were also less than impressive. Remember, I'll just play a clip while I'm yammering here. The clip of the very empty stands while soldiers marched out of step and squeaky old tanks rolled by. Donald Trump so bored by his birthday parade that he fell asleep at one point. It was a debacle of the highest order. There were dudes holding drones. I don't think I have footage of this, but dudes holding drones marching down the street. And it bummed people out. It bummed all of the Trump idiots out. I did a video about it the next day. I'll put a link to it below if I remember to do so. Sorry, sometimes I say that and then don't. It was a nightmare, and it made Trump very sad, very bummed out, very disappointed because he was mocked unmercifully over it. Yeah. A new report in the Wall Street Journal has intel from the president's administration that a do-over parade could be in the works, this time taking place at sea. Wonder how they're going to do a Navy parade at sea and have the public participate. Or will it be only for Donald Trump? Now, I'm going to read a little bit from this Wall Street Journal article, which is entitled, "In Trump's Second Term, a bolder president charges ahead unchecked. Trump is frequently riffing on authoritarianism and ignoring caution from advisors." So look, obviously the Wall Street Journal, a couple of things you need to know if you don't already, owned by Rupert Murdoch. It is just another property that he owns, like Fox News, like the New York Post, like so many other media conglomerates all over the country, or all over the world, for that matter, excuse me. And even they have some things that are alarming to say about what they learned from this, about this, relative to Donald Trump and his choices in his second term that he believes might be just his middle term since he wants to be president again. I don't know that he's going to live to see the end of this term because of his poor health. How would he run again? But this is what the Rupert Murdoch owned sister company of Fox News had to say about Donald Trump. Trump is motivated by having control over all American institutions, said Douglas Brinkley, a presidential historian at Rice University. He seems to want to grab everyone by the neck and say, "I'm in charge." Trump has also pushed the optics of his presidency in a monarchical direction, holding a military parade in June for the Army's 250th birthday. Officials had thwarted a similar one in his first term by arguing it would look like a third world spectacle. After the Washington parade, Trump told aides he was disappointed with the marching, and the U.S. Navy is trying to plan a bigger celebration this fall, hoping for a shimmering spectacle with seacraft, administration officials said. As he remakes the contours of his presidency, he is also physically refashioning symbols of American power. Trump has covered the Oval Office with gold flourishes reminiscent of Gulf state palaces, over the objection of some advisors, telling them he gets compliments from world leaders and visitors. He installed 2 new flagpoles on lawns in front and back of the White House, which coincidentally, from a white power standpoint, both stand 88 feet high. 88, obviously, a reference to H and H, the 8th letter of the alphabet, H and H, Heil Hitler. With all of the symbology and iconography of the Nazi Party surrounding Donald Trump and the Republican Party, I would say don't give them the benefit of the doubt that that's just a coincidence, right? The president gives away campaign-style baseball hats to visitors emblazoned with the phrase Trump 2028, even though the Constitution bars him from running for another term and keeps them in a White House office. So look, this is, it's dangerous for a number of different reasons, but chief among them is that he's so fragile and weak and insecure that is what drives him. Logic and reason and ability doesn't drive him. It doesn't motivate him. It creates no North Star for him. The thing that he's focused on is the fact that his dad didn't hug him enough. His mom hugged him too much. He hates himself. He knows he's a dumb guy. He knows he's a physical weakling. He knows he's a coward who's afraid of his own shadow. And by virtue of those insufficiencies, he must pound his chest and act like an alpha man, when he is absolutely nothing of the sort. He had the chance to be in the military when his number got called for the draft, not once, not twice, more than that. 4 times he dodged the draft because of his cowardice, because of his fear, because of his weakliness. Weakliness? Is that a word? Well, we're making it a word today. Let me know in the comments what you think. I would appreciate your participation in this conversation. You can have it below wherever you're watching this video. You can also call the voicemail line and leave a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you. If you appreciate me and I bring you value on a video by video basis, please consider helping support this work financially. You can do so by clicking the join button below this video on YouTube. Become a channel member for $2 a month, or you can go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast and help support over there. I'll see you next time. His birthday parade. Be genuine. Take care of one another.